Okay, welcome to another live episode of geekoutdoors.com. And so today I'm going to be doing a video about my favorite YouTube channels because even though obviously I am a YouTube content creator, well, we spend a lot of time on YouTube. So there's definitely a lot of channels that I enjoy watching. And some of these channels are really what changed me as going from somebody who never created anything to somebody who became a creator. And for a lot of creators, I think they can relate with this. They're not only creators, but they're also viewers of other creators' channels as well. Hey, Lewis Cox Studios, thanks for joining. And so, yeah, this is something that I don't think I've really shared this before, like my favorite channels. And these are channels that I have been watching for years, most of them, but some of them I've just now started watching. And so I really, really enjoy watching these. And I really feel like, whatever channels that you watch, I do really would appreciate it if you would share your favorite channels in the comments below, because from these other creators, not only is it content that I really enjoy, but it's also things that I learn from. And so a lot of times I'm watching other people's content and then I'm learning from it as well. So FM Kurochin, hi, welcome. Thank you. It's going great. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move over to the other side of my computer. And this is going to be a pretty long video. So that's why I decided to make this a live stream, because it might take an hour. But at the same time, since all of us are here on YouTube anyway, we could also watch, and watch what other people like. And then we can discuss these channels or your channels as well. So Louis Cox say Vid Iq is really good. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this. So I'm going to move over here and I'm setting things up to make sure things look right and my live stream is running. And what I'm also going to do is make sure my OBS. Okay, so let me move over to this other screen. So if you're seeing any latency issues, let me know. But the way I have it set up, I have it on ultra low latency. So if you see any issues with my voice not matching my video, let me know, because my internet is up and down sometimes. Okay, so let's head over to this one right here. Hopefully you can see me. Oh, so Emma P10, thank you for joining. I love your channel. Thank you, Emma. I really do appreciate your videos are so helpful. No problem. So you could probably see my chat window. Let me do one more thing. I'm going to move this over. And so if I don't see your chat right away, it's because I have it over here, because I have a lot of windows open. And if I actually go from window to window, it causes problems sometimes. So let's go ahead and start it off with categories, because I have like categories of content creators that I really enjoy watching. And so the first category is entertainment. So reaping what you sow. Hey, reaping what you sow. Thanks for joining and good night. Yeah, it's probably much later in your time. So this is going to be the categories of things that, you just like watching TV. It's entertaining. I enjoy their content. And a lot of these people inspired me to create my own entertainment-based channels, okay? So let's start up with the first one, and that's Cinemassacre. So this is the Angry Video Game Nerd. I love his channel. I have been watching his channel for years, and he's been doing YouTube for, let me see how long he's been doing YouTube, like more than 10 years. Yeah, 15 years. So the Angry Video Game Nerd, he's really, I think, not only entertained a lot of people, but he's inspired a lot of people to start their own gaming channels. And that's one of the big reasons why, I started doing gaming content, because of the Angry Video Game Nerd, or Cinemassacre. That is his actual production company. So I love watching him. He's so funny. James Rolfe is his name, and he is just hilarious. And honestly, there's billions of gaming channels out there, but there's nobody like the Angry Video Game Nerd. And originally, whenever he started, he was called the Angry Nintendo Nerd, if I remember correctly, but Nintendo obviously didn't like that. So that's the first thing. So I'm gonna go back and forth. Let me see if I could change this, because I really do want to see your chats at the same time. So let me change things up really quick. And so you might see things disappear for a second. And so I thought I could work with it this way, but it doesn't look like it's working well. So give me just a second while I change things up. And so you might see things disappear really quick. Okay, so yep, things disappeared. And I might have to do this. Never mind. I think I'm going to stick with this. So I'm going to try my best to look at the chat because I have so many windows open. Anyway, I should have planned this better. So that's the problem with going live. So, all right. So that's Cinemassacre. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring my chat window up here. So this might be annoying for some people because when they watch this later, they'll be able to see the chat on the side and also chat in the beginning. But right now, this works best for me. And I definitely don't want to miss the conversation. Okay. And so let me see. Good night, Crips. Hey, Cryptus Roost, thanks for joining. Reaping What You Sow, 8:35 p.m. Emma, 6:35. Lewis Cox saying, have you heard of Olin Rogers? Not yet. Chris, okay, y'all. So great. So we have people here. First thing I want to say, I appreciate it. So let me go ahead and move on with the channels, starting with the entertainment channels. And I just talked about Cinemassacre, Angry Video Game Nerd. Absolutely love his channel. He is a movie lover and also a heavy metal rock lover. He actually plays music. He plays guitar. So the second entertainment channel I enjoy, another gaming channel, is Game Ranks. It's Joe Baldino and his team. And what I like about his channel is the fact that he just has this like really easy to watch type of content, you know, like you do a before you buy, and it's just like really straightforward but satirical at the same time, and it just has this really awesome sense of humor. And that's really what I like about Game Ranks. And they do a lot of like these before you buy videos, but also like top 10 things or disappointing games or things like that. But the way in which they do it, I find it really, really satisfying. I really do enjoy watching their videos. And, you know, a lot of my gaming videos, I do try to, you know, in the end, I do want to model it after channels I do enjoy. So Game Ranks is definitely one of them. And then another one is Sega Lord X. So if you are new to my channel, you probably don't know that I really enjoy video games. But whenever I started my channel, I started off with video games, and I am a retro gamer. I love arcade games, old, you know, game systems. I've had game systems ever since the Atari. And so I've experienced the whole gaming life cycle. And Sega Lord X, I really enjoy his content because he doesn't just talk about Sega, but he really loves Sega. I love Sega, but he talks about so many of these retro games that I know and love. I love his presentation style. I think he does a great job in doing not only the reviews, but also like historical aspects of retro gaming, which I really enjoy. And, you know, I like his no nonsense in a lot of ways. When he says that he doesn't like this game because it's crap, he really means it. And I really do enjoy it. So Sega Lord X, retro gaming, Sega fanboy, I'm all for that. So let me see. So Lewis Cox is asking, what music are you into? Like, I'm into practically everything, Lewis. But most of the time, I like to listen to, I would say like 80s music. That's kind of my thing. And also, I like classical music as well. So I do have a variety of different genre, you know, or even calm music. So it's kind of all over the place. Creepypasta narrator here. Okay, creepypasta narrator. Yeah, I don't know that. Okay, and then Emma saying, honest love that you were talking about other channels but not your own. I like other YouTubers. In my opinion, that is very selfless and kind. Oh, thanks, Emma. I love YouTube. I really love YouTube, and so I don't have a problem with talking about it, you know, and especially when it's other content creators who inspired me to become a creator myself, you know. So Lewis Cox, what agree with topic videos make cool. So now let's move over from gaming, which is the first three entertainment channels, over to movies. So if you didn't know, I also have a movie channel as well. And so I'll probably be mentioning my other channels every now and then, but all you have to do is go to my About section and go to my channels, and you see my gaming channel and my movie channel. So these channels I really enjoy. So Austin Burke, he's a fairly new channel, I would say. He's been around for a few years now, so at least new for me, okay? So let me see, 7 years ago, never mind. He's been on YouTube for a long time, but at least for me, I started watching him like about two years ago, I really do appreciate Austin Burke's style of reviewing. He does take a very, like, I would say, matter of fact approach, like kind of like a friendly approach. Let's just say that, it's just like a friend that you would talk to movies about. And at the same time, he also does a good job of like, like pinpointing things that that he likes and didn't like, And so I try to do that in my movie videos as well. And he's one of those movie reviewers that reviews a lot of things, I mean, like so much content, and it's really hard to watch all this. If you've ever like tried a movie channel, it takes a lot of time, and especially when you're watching series, and most things are series, and so it's probably might take you 12-15 hours to just finish one series and then do a review on it. But here he's doing it practically every day, which leads me to my second favorite movie channel, the Ruby Tuesday. He's actually out of Britain, off of the UK, and he does something very similar in which he watches so much stuff. And his name is Ruben. And the Ruby Tuesday, if you are from the UK or you know what that means, that's referred to the Beatles. So I like his style of basically reviewing, because he comes from a different perspective, and I love the British aspect of it. Even though you could watch it and it's not any different in terms of like the language, just from that UK perspective, I do enjoy it a lot. And at the same time, he is a writer as well. I think he's written for movies and shows, so he's actually in the business. I don't know if he's in it right now. And at the same time, he also has his wife, and every now and then I think his son's on here as well. And just like Austin Burke, he watches everything. I mean, I don't know how they find time to do this, because whenever I do my movie or show reviews, especially show reviews, it just takes so much time. And for them to watch all this, review it, and really go into great details, yeah, that's something that I give a lot of respect on. Okay, and so, and then my favorite movie channel, and this is no surprise to a lot of people, is Jeremy Jahns. And Jeremy Jahns, I've been watching him like forever. How long is it? 12 years. He's awesome. And Jeremy Jahns, Awesome-tacular is his tag, but he doesn't do like the most up-to-date reviews. If you want the most up-to-date reviews, I would say the Ruby Tuesday, Austin Burke, at least for me, they're better channels for that. But Jeremy Jahns, he's Jeremy Jahns. There's just something about him, his personality, his red background, his sarcastic humor. He's just awesome, and he truly is like watching your friend who absolutely loves movie, doesn't give a crap, and just would talk about whatever. And his rating systems, it's amazing, from Awesome-tacular to I think the worst one is just dog shit. I mean, that one's absolutely hilarious. Let me see if I have I have the wrong window. So all right. So Jeremy Jahns, he is my favorite movie channel. I do enjoy Chris Stuckman as well. I've watched him for a long time, but I kind of had to will it down to these. All right, so let me see. I mean, what is that niche? Okay, so Crypto Roost, and I'll go back and forth between these chats. Emma says, I don't make any videos. Okay, Emma, kind of random question, favorite show. Okay, so people are talking here. So I'll go through this, and for the ones that, because some people are having conversations, so I don't want to repeat their conversations. So Crypto Roost says, I'm also a Brit. Awesome. There's a lot of people, well, at least the ones I've seen, there's a lot of people from the UK and Britain, and there's also, a lot of people from India, and some people from the Philippines as well. So, and also I have had people from the Ukraine as well. So thank you for coming in so late. But I think most of my audience out of the European area, they are from the Britain and the UK. Parodies and music videos, yeah. Let me see. What do you think about? Okay. And so I don't know what GMM means. So Wednesday Rose is saying, how about critical drinking or impression blend Geek? Oh man, Wednesday Rose, I do really enjoy Critical Drinker, but once again I had to like whittle it down, because I have a lot of channels. I have a whole bunch of channels I'm going to talk about. And so hey Maverick143, what's up my brother? Hey, thanks for joining, bro. For all of these creators out here are actually on the chat right now. If you're a creator, if you want, just let people know you're a creator. I know Maverick is a creator. Lewis Cox Studios is a creator. And so Reaping What You Sow is a creator. I think Emma is a creator as well, if I'm not mistaken. But if any of you want to see their channels, definitely check them out. Good Mythical Morning. Oh yeah, I really don't watch that channel myself. Okay, so Emma's not okay. Well, thanks, Emma. So, all right, so movie channel. So I'm going back and forth a lot because I definitely want to make sure that I get to go to the chats as well. So now let's get to some other entertainment. Living big in a tiny house. So I really started getting into this whole, what can I say, minimalism, simple life living, I'm not as simple as I want to be, but I've learned that by minimizing my life and, just simplifying things, it just made things a lot better, at least for me. And one of the things that I've really been interested in is tiny living. And who knows, in the future, I might have a tiny home. I might build a tiny home. And Bryce, him and his girlfriend, they're out in New Zealand. Man, his channel is one of the first ones that I saw that really opened my eyes to this whole world of tiny home living, minimizing, simplifying, and building absolutely beautiful structures, most of which are off grid. And I would love to do something like that. I love this channel. I love Bryce's presentation skills, the way he is passionate about living big in a tiny home. I can't wait until I could do something like this, but he's really inspired me a lot to think about things differently. Which leads me to the second channel, Exploring Alternatives. They are very similar, but they are not just focused on tiny home. They explore, they talk to people, or they explore other people who are exploring alternative ways of living. And not just a simple living thing, but also more sustainable living, living on boats, living in a military truck, all types of stuff. And what I enjoy about this channel is that it's so interesting, the people that they have on this channel. It's absolutely awesome. I can't believe some of the ways these people are living, and it once again, it makes me want to try these things, or at least implement some of these things in my life. Some of the more interesting, well, there's so many interesting ones, but I do like the ones that people are living on boats, but also extreme minimalist. This guy has 47 possessions in one bag. That's really crazy when you think about that. How can you live like that? And you won't know until you actually see these people. I really enjoy it. So let me go here. Let me see. So Maverick is saying, oh my God, I love that channel. I guess you're talking about living big in a tiny home. Yeah. And okay. Let me see. All right. So Reaping What You Sow that's my dream, off grid and away from the hustle and bustle. Yeah, me too. Reaping What You Sow. Yeah, me too. Everybody's doing great, Emma, and all of you joining. It makes it a whole bunch better. I'm good. Okay. Geek wants to be a hippie. Yep. I want to be hippie, tree hugging geek. I don't care. So maybe in future videos, you might see me live in a van or in a tiny home, or maybe I'll live off of one bag with all my possessions. Who knows? That might be a different channel altogether. All right. And so now we go from tiny home, simple living, alternative, sustainable living to absolutely insane living. Ines Yomazer. Oh man. This channel is one that I just found maybe 6 months ago. And man, he goes the exact opposite of sustainable living or living simply. This is mega living. We're talking about mega mansions, $48 million, $100 million. And the reason why I enjoy these is because, first and foremost, absolutely beautiful, beautiful homes. Just crazy. And you might be thinking, why can I enjoy something like this where it's talk about living small, having a small sustainable footprint, to something like this? Well, the reason is because whenever I see something like this, it shows me what's possible, because whenever you look at both sides, something from simple living, minimalism, to something that's just extravagant, you get to see different points of view. And it also inspires me as well, because for people to achieve this level, right, they had to change themselves and do something really, really amazing. You know, you had to provide a lot of value for the world in order for you to have something like this. And if you think about the level of skills, attention, care to build something like this, it's incredible. And at the same time, who doesn't like looking at these mega mansions, which we'll probably never have in our lifetime? And so it's just one of those where it's just so insanely beautiful and out there that, you know, it just makes you say, wow, you know. And I really do enjoy Ines' style of presentation, because there are many other luxury channels out there, but I enjoy his, and him and Mike, you know, the cameraman. And some of these homes, I just can't believe it. You know, I can't believe that these actually exist. And so let me see. Let me go here. Geek, are you going to grow out your hair and do dreadlocks? Maybe. I don't know, Maverick. As you can see, I probably can't grow any hair. Lewis is saying we literally have a comedy skit series called Tree Hugger. That's funny. Reaping Geek has taught me so much, and I'm extremely grateful. Well, thanks, Reaping what you. So I'm extremely grateful for all of you, because I'm learning a lot from you. You know, I'm continually learning. Um, uh, yeah, good day. Okay, have you watched Malama Life channel? I haven't. Oh, there's another person. I can't pronounce the name. I don't know if that's Russian or Ukraine. I don't know, but thanks for joining. Let me see that channel real quick, and but this concludes like the entertainment portion, okay? So, and like I said, this is gonna be a long video, because I'm gonna talk about like basically my favorite channels. Nope. So this is like a simple living channel, probably, right? That looks cool. Yeah, I don't think maybe I have seen her channel. I think I saw this. I saw a video where I think it's her, where she talks about living a minimal life. Yeah. This one. Yeah. Why I chose to live a boring life. Okay, so I have seen this channel. Yeah, I really enjoy these simple living minimalist channels. And the reason why I enjoy watching them, for anybody who's into minimalism or you know, simple living, it's not about living with less. Okay, it's not about living with nothing. Okay, that's not what minimalism and simple living is. As far as I understand, and my own interpretation is that minimalism and simple living is basically focusing on things that are valuable in your life. That doesn't mean that you have absolutely nothing. Okay, that's I like things, you know, but whenever you focus on minimalism and simple living, you focus on things that add value to your life. And that really made me change my mindset, you know. So maybe I'll do another story on that in the future. But it actually changed my life, okay, among many other things. So let me see. It's a okay, spam channel. Okay, I don't know what that is. It's a boy, bro. It's a bot. Sorry. Oh, the Russian name is spam channel. I hit you up my streams all the time with. Oh, okay. Well, let's go ahead. Thanks, Maverick. Let's go ahead and block them or remove. Okay, and we'll go ahead and. Okay, it says put user in timeout. Okay, hide. I'm gonna hide this user. All right. All right. And so, yeah, I guess, you know, I don't, you know, Maverick, as anybody who's watched my channel, I have done live streams a long time ago, but I'm just now starting to get into it. And so definitely some things have changed. So thanks, Maverick, for appreciating. Okay. Someone get his attention. Okay, Geek bot that hammer when you see this. Yep, I'm going to report this as well. Report unwanted spam. Okay. So hopefully you could see that as well. But anyway, that's what I just did. Thank you a lot. All right. So now let's go ahead and get into the second category. And obviously, it's YouTube. Okay. So for anybody who's never done YouTube before, I'm pretty sure you did the same thing I did. You probably went on YouTube and typed in, how do you do YouTube? And probably one of the first channels that came up is Roberto Blake. I love Roberto Blake, man. he really is probably the biggest reason in terms of me wanting to pursue YouTube as a creator, because he taught me so many things on his channel. And what I really do thoroughly enjoy about Roberto Blake is that he's no nonsense. You know, he's not one of these gurus or experts, you know, whatever you want to call them, that's like tells you this stuff, but they really don't tell you everything, you know, or they hide a lot of things, or they don't tell you the truth, right? And Roberto Blake, he tells the truth. And what I love about Roberto Blake's story is that he started from, you know, like most people who has become successful on this, he started from nothing. And he started 12 years ago, had to go through a lot of things. And a lot of these things I can relate with. And for him to progress from the beginning to where he is now, being very successful at what he does, inspiring millions of people and telling the truth. I love Roberto Blake. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, but the realities, the truth of YouTube, not only being a YouTuber, but being an entrepreneur, living a creative lifestyle, my opinion, Roberto Blake's, his is the best channel, hands down. I love his channel. Now, second channel is Vid Iq. Vid Iq, what I like about him is this guy. His name is Rob, if I'm not mistaken. I love his style of teaching, and Vid Iq has really valuable content for you. And a lot of what he's trying to do is, you know, basically trying to teach you things that will like actually help you. Okay, which I definitely enjoy. And Rob himself, he's been, before he worked at Vid Iq, he's been a long time YouTuber. His original channel is Video Gadgets Journal, and he's been on YouTube for 13 years. And so he understands the grind. And this is why I love watching people like this, because they've been there, they've done that, they know exactly what you're going through. And for them to still be creators this long and for them to have success, that gives me a lot of inspiration, because if they were able to do it, then that means I could do it, and that means you could do it, you know. So he's an inspiration once again, you know, but in a different way, okay. And he stopped posting videos on this channel like 3 years ago because he went to Vid Iq, which is where I think, you know, he found most of his success. And obviously he's working at Vid Iq, but he is still a creator through and through. Okay, so let me go here. Okay, so oh wow, I missed a lot. Hey Tricken, hello, how you doing? Y'all probably don't care, but I had to do a boring e-learning today. Oh, Emma, that's awesome. E-learning, this is what we're doing. And I've been a consultant. I still do some, but I used to do online teaching, and I used to be a consultant who traveled to different parts of the United States to teach people. So definitely nothing boring about that. Okay. So Cryptic Roots, I occasionally get prawn spam in my comments. Yep. OMG, Bible verse. Yep. Yeah. Maverick, check out his channel. He really believes in what he does, and he's spreading really positive messages. Yo, Bible studies. Have you heard of Gabe? No. Let me see. Cryptic Roots. Okay. I don't know what. Oh, okay. All right. So some of these, they might think like it's like links or spam. So I've done that. He is great. No videos that say 10,000 subs when you do this. Yep. Nope. I have heard of Gabe. All right. Just okay. Thanks, brother. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay, great. And so then the final YouTube channel that I enjoy, surprisingly, is from YouTube, Creator Insider. And what I enjoy about this channel is it's coming straight from YouTube. And so if you want to know what's happening in YouTube, or what's going to happen, or what they're planning to do possibly, this is the best channel. And I watch a lot of YouTube channels, and it's hard for me to come down with these because there's so many YouTube channels that I enjoy, like Nick Nimmin, Daryl Eves, video creators. There's a ton of them. And so for me to, come down to these, it was pretty hard for me. I really had to think about like Tim Schmoyer. All these people help inspire me and teach me to do YouTube, and they continually teach me. But if you want to know what YouTube is doing, straight from YouTube, I think this is the best channel. And so a lot of times, if I want to know, like maybe what's going to be upcoming, or maybe some things that I should try, I come to this channel, and they do a great job in really giving you pertinent, up-to-date information, and even stuff that, for people who aren't familiar with the channel, that they might not even know that it's coming until it's actually here. Okay. Okay, so let me see. Yep. Thanks. Okay, Geek Linux Scoop isn't on your list. What? Yeah, Maverick. Yeah, I don't have any Linux channels on here. Sorry, Maverick. Yeah, but I still love Linux. Obviously, I'm using Linux, but I had to really, pare it down to these categories and these specific channels. Okay, so now we talked about two categories of my favorite channels. The first one is entertainment, and the second one is YouTube. Now let's get into business and money. Starting with Beat the Bush. Okay, so that's a weird name, but this guy Francis, he explains that, and this is what I like about his channel, because he is somebody who was an engineer before, and he quit that for YouTube. Plus, he's actually retired. He's part of the FIRE movement, and if you don't know what FIRE means, it means financially independent, retire early. So he retired, I think, before he was even 40. So he's been doing YouTube for a long time, 8 years. And what I like about Beat the Bush is the fact that he's very practical advice. Most of his channel is finance related, but he does talk about things like how to make pho for cheap. If you don't know what pho is, well, you're missing out. He does live in the Bay Area, San Francisco, which is where my brothers live. And so I really do enjoy watching his videos. I mean, and he's super cheap, and he's proud of it. And so this kind of ties into the whole minimalism, simple living stuff. But at the same time, he is successful in what he does. And I enjoy watching his channels. All right. And so the next one is Dave Ramsey. Oh, man. Dave Ramsey. I have to give a big shout out to Dave Ramsey, because he basically helped me to become debt free. So I am debt free because of Dave Ramsey. And so he teaches you very practical steps to actually get out of debt and build wealth in your life. And I've tried a lot of different things, but this is the only thing that has worked for me. And the thing that he talks about is his baby steps. I think it's 7 steps. So there's different stages of you getting out of debt and becoming wealthy. And I think for most people, if they follow his formula, then it'll work. And what I like about his approach is that it's not complex. He's not one of these people who try to sell you on these complex schemes on how to be debt free and how to make money and all this other crap, that's what it is. He tells you like it is, and he gives you tips that works for normal people. And the method that I use, that I learned from him, is the debt snowball. So if you don't know what that means, basically check out his channel. I love Dave Ramsey. Let me see what everybody else is saying. So using Windows 10, hate it. I'm gonna switch to Linux when I get time. Yeah, I do agree that some people really need Christ in their life, although he is. They may not know it. Yeah, I think if it helps you, just go towards what helps you there. So I've never seen so many Christ. Okay, investing with Rose. LOL. Yep. Amen. Oh yeah, investing with Rose. That's another. That's another good channel. Funny enough, Wednesday Rose, investing with Rose. All right, and so Dave Ramsey. If you want to learn how to get debt free in a practical way for normal people, my opinion, his channel is the best channel, hands down. If you want to get out of debt and actually build wealth for yourself, your family, and your change your family tree, is what he likes to say. So that is a channel I definitely enjoy. Another one is Glendon Cameron. He's changed his channels a lot of time, and I've been watching his videos for a very long time. So how long has he been on? 12 years. So let me tell you why I really love Glendon Cameron's channel. Glendon Cameron's channel. He tells the truth. No BS. This guy is somebody who's a real world business entrepreneur. You know, he's had a real physical business, multiple physical businesses. He actually, you know, got success from his storage auction and then on to YouTube and the whole online world. And he's very good at what he does. He doesn't hold anything back. And he's not like these other, you know, money making business guru channels, which most of the times they don't tell you the truth and they're basically just trying to sell you a course. And I love courses. You know, I would sell a course myself in the future. And but his stuff, it's not for him to sell you another course. So if you've ever taken any of these money making courses or channels, normally they get you into their funnel, their ecosystem. They sell you a course, but they don't give you everything until you pay for another course. And then by that point, you're spending thousands upon thousands of dollars. Whereas with Glendon Cameron, he tells you straight up the truth, the good, the bad, and at the same time, his tips, his advice, experience, they're actionable. And so for a lot of like real world business stuff, I go to his channel. You know, it's no BS and it's hardcore. And I love his style because he'll curse you out. So if you want to learn real business, you know, from somebody who's actually doing it, has done it, 20 plus years of business, I'd say Glendon Cameron, excellent channel. And another person who's no BS, Miles Beckler. Miles Beckler is the internet marketer that you wish you had. Because unlike all these other internet gurus, Miles Beckler, once again, tells you the truth. But what's great about his channel, he shows you so much stuff. As a matter of fact, lots of his courses that he was selling before, he puts it online. And I'll tell you, like, each one of these people that I'm talking about, they're all successful. They're all multimillionaires, okay? And they got there because they had not only the work ethic and discipline, but at the same time, they learned a lot. And so with Miles Beckler, he's really great at marketing, you know, specifically internet marketing. And so for his channel, you'll learn everything from Facebook ads to Pinterest. You'll learn how to do funnels, write ad copy. And I'm a digital marketer, so all this stuff is awesome for me. You know, it's language that I can understand. But if you come watch this stuff, you don't know anything about business, internet marketing, come here. And, you know, don't go to those internet guru channels. You know which ones they are. I would say come here first, save yourself a ton of time, and most importantly, a ton of money. Because the stuff that he's giving here, like his free courses, there could be worth thousands of dollars. And I've paid thousands of dollars to take an online course. Okay, so online courses are definitely valuable and good, but not all of them are. Okay, just like anything that you learn on the internet or you go to university, not everything's going to work. But I'm telling you, if you want to learn how to do business and not waste a ton of time, and once again get the truth, come to Miles Beckler. Which leads me to the last one, Jason Whaling, digital marketing geek. Yep, that's me too. I love Jason Whaling because he tells you the truth. He teaches you real world stuff. If you don't know how to do digital marketing, like I have digital marketing videos on my channel, but it's not on the level of Jason Whaling. Like I myself, I do Google ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, Bing ads. I've done Twitter ads. And if you come here, you'll learn like 80 to 90% of the real world skills you need to become a digital marketer. And at the same time, he is a digital marketing agency owner. Also, he talks about the business side as well. So I do freelancing. I've done digital marketing as a business, and I still do it as well. And so you can learn a lot from Jason Whaling. And he's living in the Philippines with his wife. And so it's really cool. He also does like these Philippines videos. So I'm going to definitely visit the Philippines once things settle down. And I just really enjoy Jason Whaling. His tutorials are just awesome. Like basically, all of these business channels, like these top three right here, you'll learn so much. And for people who want to get into digital marketing, I would say Jason Whaling, or digital marketing, internet marketing, I would say Miles Beckler and Jason Whaling are in my opinion, the best channels for that, because they teach you real world stuff, okay? And it's not like fluff, okay? and it's free. It's free. Now they do have paid stuff as well. And you know, if you enjoy watching these stuff, like all of these businesses do, they have paid stuff as well. You could also go for their paid stuff, but their free stuff alone is worth so much money, so much money. So if you actually want to learn a skill that will actually improve your life, whether it's marketing or doing a business or getting out of debt, these channels are very valuable in my opinion. Okay, and so let me go here. So okay, so we're talking about, should I update Windows 11? Cryptid Rooster say no. I tried, but it doesn't work for me yet. Good to know. Use Linux. Okay, Cryptid Rooster. Okay, so we're talking about Windows here. So let me see. These are conversations. All right. So I'm going to see, you know, for ones that I could ping in on or people asking questions. Does TubeBuddy grow your channel now? Lewis, yes, it does. TubeBuddy does help me a lot. I use it practically every single day. And one of the last things, and I did a video on it, one of the last tools that I talked about that is really valuable that I'm using a lot more of is their A/B split testing of their thumbnails. Now, and if you're a digital marketer, internet marketer, A/B split testing is very, very important. And so, yeah, so all of these things are marketing and business related. And so, yeah, TubeBuddy, I love it. Vid Iq is also awesome. Okay. So, let's go from business and money to cameras. Yes, cameras, because obviously we do videos here as YouTube content creators. And the first one I'm going to talk about is Camera Conspiracies. He's a Canadian, and he's absolutely hilarious. And the way in which he does his videos, his name is Casey, by the way. It's just funny. He does parodies of other camera reviews. And the reason I found his channel is because I have a Panasonic G85, and it has horrible video autofocus. And then I found his channel, and he's always looking for the perfect camera, and he had a Panasonic G85 as well. And so I follow his channel for years now, him going to Thailand, upgrading his gear and growing his channel. And his original channel is Vegetable Police. So he went from like a full vegetarian, fruitarian, meat eater, everything. He's just funny. This guy is just absolutely hilarious. And so if you want to watch like camera gear with a lot of humor, Camera Conspiracies is the channel. Next one is DP Review. So here we have Chris Nichols and Jordan Drake. Originally, they're also from Canada. There's a lot of Canadians on this YouTuber list, but they were from the Camera Store, if I'm not mistaken. You know, that was their original channel. They actually worked there, and then they joined DP Review. And what I like about their videos is not only are they informative, and they're very knowledgeable. Like Chris is really good with photography. Jordan is really good with video. So they have this dual side, but they're also funny. You know, they're a pair of people who have great banter, and it's just really fun to watch. And they have a very dry sense of humor, but at the same time, their gear reviews and what they talk about is top notch. Which leads me to Kai W. Man, Kai W, along with Lok Chung. They were from Digital Rev. They were there for years, and so they decided to go on their own channel. And he's from the UK, but originally they were also in Hong Kong with Lok Chung. And I think Lok Chung, he's in the UK now as well. They just have this sarcastic UK dry humor, and I love it. That's what Kai W does so well. Very similar to Camera Conspiracies. You know, he has humor, dry sense of humor, but just his personality along with Lok Chung, I think they're called the Boca Bros. It's just really entertaining and informative at the same time. We leads me to the final channel, Gerald Undone. This guy's also from Canada. He's friends with Casey at Camera Conspiracies. Very, very technical. If you want the most technical reviews out there, explained in a way that a normal person could understand, Gerald Undone is the best, and his production quality is insane. So at least for me, I hope to one day get to these levels, you know, of Gerald Undone, Kai W, DP Review, Camera Conspiracies. Sorry, Casey. I do enjoy your content, but in terms of production quality, I'm gonna have to learn from these guys. And Gerald Undone, he's just an awesome channel for people who really, really like to get into the details of camera gear and just the whole world of video. and photography. I really do enjoy his content. This is beautiful to watch at the same time. Okay, and so let me see. So there was a week, snowed 17 inches. Oh crap, that's a lot of snow. Oh, Potato Jet. Yeah, Potato Jet is a good camera channel. You know, and once again, Lewis, I thought about adding that. And you know what's funny is, you know, as creators, a lot of us will probably watch the same channels, okay? So I almost added Potato Jet as well. But, you know, once again, I really had to focus it out on the channels that at least I enjoy the most, but also would give me the most value, okay? And so Potato Jet, I almost put him there, but instead I swapped it out for Kai W because I've been watching Kai W and Lok Cheng for so long, okay? Okay, Tennessee, 8 inches. Wow, okay. I get a lot of it. Cool. All right. So now, reaping what you sow, no snow here. Yeah, there's snow in Trinidad. I think we're having serious problems with climate. All right, so now we've gone over the categories of entertainment. I went through my favorite entertainment channels. We went through my favorite YouTube-based channels, then business and money, camera, and now we go to the final category, and that is video editing. So if any of you come to my channel, you know that the vast majority of my videos are on video editing. And obviously, if you want to learn how to create on YouTube, you have to learn how to do video editing. And this is the one place that I'm always going to learn and always try to improve. And this was really hard to do because there are a lot of amazing video editing channels, video learning channels, but I had to bring it down to my top 3. And this is kind of biased because I love using DaVinci Resolve. And so most of these are heavily DaVinci Resolve focused. So the first one is Casey Ferris. And the way that I found his channel was when I was trying to learn how to use DaVinci Resolve. And I just started learning how to use DaVinci Resolve, I think, like over a year ago. Or so, yeah, almost 2 years. Yeah, 2020. Yeah, probably 2 years now, something like that. And so Casey Ferris was the first channel that I found that really spoke to me, because Casey Ferris, I think, is a really great teacher, and he teaches a lot of things, you know. And with DaVinci Resolve, he teaches you everything from simple to intermediate to more advanced stuff. And once again, I really do enjoy his teaching style. He also covers a lot of other things as well. So, and you know, for any of you who want to learn DaVinci Resolve, you know, obviously I have DaVinci Resolve videos as well. But if you want to learn from people who are way better than me, I highly recommend that you come to these channels, because you'll learn a lot, and they're experts, in my opinion, at what they do. And speaking of experts, here's the second channel. Well, Kazi, hopefully I'm saying that right. If you want to learn professional grade coloring or color grading, his is the best channel on YouTube. Okay, and for anybody who does color grading, they know that DaVinci Resolve is the best color grading tool out there. Okay, so that's one of the main reasons why, you know, I decided to, you know, like kind of go towards DaVinci Resolve, because these are tools used by professionals. So as my skills get better, maybe in the future, I'll be able to do, you know, like maybe intermediate, or maybe even get some work for video editing at, you know, at a more pro level, I would say. Maybe not at this level, but at least for me. Okay, so I'm still at the bottom. Okay, I'm still at level 0, but he's on level 1 million. Okay, so he teaches you some crazy things about color grading. I haven't even like, I don't think I've even like scratched nothing on color grading. So maybe in the next few months and stuff, you know, next year, not few months, maybe by the end of the year, you see me do better color grading, and I'll share what I've learned there. But if you want to learn from somebody who's a master at this, who actually does this for a living, like all of these people, they use these skills in the real world. But for Quasi, he actually does movies, you know, movies, commercials. This is what he's done for a long time, and so he's bringing a lot of his skills here. And man, his tutorials, like, you know, he could have a course for this, and he does have a course. He has a color grading course. It's not cheap, but for any of these who give you this much experience and skills, it's well worth it, you know, because it's going to save you a lot of time and money versus going to a university, you know. So if you want to learn color grading, Wakaz Kazi, his channel is the best, hands down. Okay. Let me see. Lewis Cox says, I use DaVinci Resolve as well. Do you have the studio version? Honestly, you don't really need it. DaVinci Resolve, how I found your channel. Yeah, Lewis. I also have the. Wait, I have the. It's the studio. I can't remember the studio version, the free version. I'm using the free version. And you're right. For 95% of everybody out there, this is why I love DaVinci Resolve. Their video editor, in my opinion, is the best out there. The free version alone is the best out there. And if you're paying for if you're getting the paid version, it's really for all those additional features that we really cater towards professionals like Wakazi Kazi, okay? And so I'm gonna upgrade as well eventually, because I really love DaVinci Resolve and what Blackmagic has done, and I don't mind spending the money on it, especially versus something like Adobe Premiere. Nothing wrong with Adobe Premiere, but at least right now, DaVinci Resolve, we don't have to have this subscription model, and I don't like that. And with DaVinci Resolve, you pay a one-time fee, and you get, in my opinion, the best video editing, definitely the best color grading tool out there, and you get the updates with it, okay? And you don't have to pay for a monthly subscription model. So hopefully that doesn't change, but who knows, in the future, they might go there as well. Let me see. Hey, Frank in Texas, thank you for joining. No snow where I live, but it's gonna be in the 20s tonight and tomorrow night. Yeah, Frank in Texas. It's snow in the U.S. in the United States. There's a lot of snow in the United States right now. Let me see. That's cold. So Emma's asking, Geek, do you ever get nervous while live streaming? By the way, I'm not trying to make you nervous, but I just want to know. Absolutely, Emma. I mean, it's not for anybody who's done live streaming. I don't know, my man Maverick is on here. He is amazing at live streaming. For anybody who's done live streaming, unless you're just naturally gifted at talking, I think this is one of the most difficult things you could do, because not only are you doing the whole YouTube thing, making sure things are set up and, things are working technically, right? You're doing this live. And for you to talk live about a topic or certain type of topics, it's difficult. And at the same time, you're trying to also keep people's attention as they're watching this. And also, you might not have no one join your live streams, which happens a lot for me, but I'm still able to do it, but it's not easy. And at the same time, myself, I've done more than 1,000 videos. I still get nervous. I still get scared. But I would say live streaming, for me, it's one of the most challenging things to do as a content creator, and it does make me nervous. And so, I'm definitely nervous whenever I do this. And obviously, whenever I'm talking, I normally make mistakes. I'm still trying to improve on that, and get better at speaking. So thanks for asking that, Emma. So Lewis says, I've been editing for years. It's not for everyone. You have to really freaking be into it, or you have to dedicate your life to it. Absolutely. I agree with Lewis. If you want to learn, the craft of this, these are all crafts and skills, and you really have to devote yourself to it and put in the time and work. And at the same time, you also have to appreciate, I would say, the progress that you've made over the years. Like if I look back at my original videos, they were horrible. And not to say what I have is amazing right now, but compared to what I can do now versus what I did when I first started, it's on a whole new world. And then whenever, hopefully, I get to their levels, it's going to be another universe. So I can't wait. So definitely agree with you, Lewis. And here's another one. So we'll go ahead and hide user. And great. And we'll also put user in timeout as well. All right. So, yep, you're right, Maverick. A lot of spam. Let me see. So, reaping what you sow. Is it easier than Shotcut? Nope. DaVinci Resolve is not a video editor for beginners. Okay. This is a professional level video editor, just like Adobe Premiere, and just like other pro level video editors like Avid or Lightworks. And I don't think they call them Sony Vegas anymore. Okay, so there's a very high learning curve. But I'm telling you, if you learn these video editing tools, you can use any video editing tools. And at the same time, this is what professionals use. So if you ever want to go into the world of professional video editing, then I would highly recommend that you learn a tool like DaVinci Resolve. So I myself, I'm going to continually get better at DaVinci Resolve because it gives me so many things, and at the same time, there's like practically unlimited things that I can learn. Okay, so I'm still going to be using Kdenlive, Shotcut, OpenShot. I don't use as much anymore. I'm still going to use those because I really do enjoy those video editors, and they allow me to quickly produce videos. But in order to improve my video editing skills, take it to the next level, DaVinci Resolve is where I'm going to spend a lot of my time. Okay. So let me see. So Emma's asking, I probably could live stream laugh my LMLL because I almost have a panic attack presenting in front of my class. Yeah, Emma, it's like that. But at the same time, you know, the good thing is you're at home or wherever you're at, and it's you and the camera and the people here. But here's the crazy thing. Whenever you're doing these live streams, these videos that you're doing can be potentially seen by hundreds, thousands, and as your channel grows, millions of people, or maybe billions if you're like a big channel like Mr. Beast. So imagine the amount of pressure that causes. You know, like right now, I appreciate y'all being here in the chat stream, but I can't imagine if I had like 1 million subscribers with like bazillions of people on the chat. You know, more than likely, I'll have to have a chat moderator at that point. So let me go to my last channel for video editing, and then we can have a discussion because I think a lot of people have thoughts on this, and that is Mr. Alex Tech. Mr. Alex Tech, in my opinion, is the best DaVinci Resolve tutorial channel because he taught himself how to use DaVinci Resolve like 3-4 years ago, something like that. But he teaches you in the way that is quick, that's valuable, and at the same time that you can do yourself. Okay, so a lot of my DaVinci Resolve tutorials, I model it after Mr. Alex Tech. And, you know, whenever I'm thinking about ideas, okay, what I like to do is I like to look at these other people, and then I try to do a tutorial that takes my own spin on it, or maybe I add something extra, okay? And so whenever I watch Mr. Alex Tech's channel, man, I'm always learning something new. As he's learning, he's teaching you. And, you know, since he did start from nothing, you know, not knowing DaVinci Resolve at all to where he is now, it's crazy. And I love his channel. So if you want to learn DaVinci Resolve, you want to learn, in my opinion, from the best. Well, these three are the best as well, but I like his channel the best, Mr. Alex Tech. And obviously watch my channel as well. But if you want to learn from people who are just masters at what they do, then watch their channels. Okay, I have no problems in saying that because they've taught me so much and they continually teach me. And whatever I learn or something that I could add to it, obviously I'm going to put on my channel. Okay, so let me see it. Okay, so Lewis asked, have you heard of Billy Ripka? Yes, Lewis, I actually did watch his channels as well whenever I started learning how to use DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so these are all the main categories. These are like the main channels that I've watched for years. And let me go back to, let me see if my camera's still on. Nope, my camera is dead. So let me go ahead and change my battery real quick. So here's another thing with doing things live, you know. So, you know, when you talk about being nervous, it also adds, I would say, stress and pressure too, because, you know, when you're live, things just happen, right? And you kind of have to be as prepared as possible, but sometimes you can't be. So now I have my camera on, and at least right now I don't have a power source for my camera. I don't have a plug, so that's why I have to do it this way. So, all right. So hopefully you can see me on my camera because those are the main channels, the main categories that I really enjoy. I've learned so much from it. I continue to learn. I'm inspired by these other creators. And let me make sure that I could see here. All right. Okay, and so hopefully you enjoyed seeing some of those channels as well, or maybe you've already watched those. And let me go to the chat because now, we have time to actually talk. I really do appreciate all of you being here and, just adding to the discussion. This is always fun for me. So let me see. Crypto Roots is saying, with the video editing I do for my creepypasta narration channel, when it comes to adding various sound effects, that alone could take me 5 to 6 hours. Yeah, Crypto Roots, that's a great point. And all of us here who are creators, all of us can relate with this. Okay, so say for example, somebody comes to YouTube, right? They've never created a video before. They might see a video that's maybe 5 minutes long, and they think that took us like 5 minutes. And I love Crypto Roots' point. It took like 5-6 hours just to do sound effects. And for us as creators, coming up with the idea, creating the videos, editing it, going back and reviewing it, that takes a lot of time. Like for me, normally I could edit a video, for a simple one, like 30 minutes to an hour. But the time it takes to think about the ideas, to kind of have a plan, and I don't really like to script things, but I do have like bullet points, and I have tried scripting as well. For some people, it could take weeks, or much bigger channels like Mr. Beast, it could take months or a year to produce their content. And so if you've never been a content creator before, I'd recommend that you try to do it, because I think once you do that, as it was with me, I had a lot more appreciation for these content creators out there. It is hard work, and if you think about the rewards, i.e. money and all these other things, because most people want to make money off of their content creation so they could continue doing this. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there. I don't think many people want to do this for years without something, right? I mean, or maybe they're just wealthy. I don't know, but it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort to do these things. And so if you do decide to become a YouTube creator, you will definitely appreciate more of what these other creators are doing. You appreciate more of the craft and the work. You appreciate more of the community that you're building, because you knew how hard it was. Okay, and so let me see. Let me ask. OMG, that's a long time. Yeah, it is. But it does pay off at the end. Yep, absolutely, Emma. I really do feel it. So reaping what you sow, say, I do, but my resources are low. I use my daughter's laptop and iPhone. Reaping what you sow, that is awesome, because I think for a lot of us, most of us did start with our camera, or whatever we have, our phones, are our cameras. I did that for hundreds of videos. And I think everybody who wants to be a creator should just create, okay? And the best place to start is and you'll probably hear this, is the best camera that you have with you, and that's your phone. This is my entire camera and studio for many years. And so that is awesome, because you're basically just learning how to create, and the craft of being a creator is not based upon the tools that you have, but the skills, experience that you learn. Because all these skills that you're learning and you have learned from shooting videos, editing it with your phone, on your laptop, whatever it is, whenever you get better, you improve your gear. The gear doesn't make you better. It's all those skills and experience that you've learned up to that point. And because you learn how to create completely using something like this, then that means you could create on anything, because it only gets better from there, So let me see. My resources are low too, and it's tough starting out. 7 day on Social Security. 70. Wow, Frank, that's absolutely amazing, Frank. My hat's off to you. So even with so, I feel your pain, Frank. Yeah, it's pretty tough. Similar circumstance here too. So Emma's saying I might try editing soon. Although it sounds hard, it sounds fun and rewarding. Yeah, Emma. All the creators out here, please chime in. You had any thoughts on this, but if you're ever thinking about creating, I would say just try and do it, because you really don't know where it's going to take you. But at least for me, and I think other people here, it does change your life. It might not be immediate, but the things that happen to you because you decided to create, it's crazy. And also, I think the most valuable thing that you get out of this is the impact that you have. Okay, and so just like all these channels that I talked about, right? if they didn't decide to create that first video, that first piece of content, I wouldn't be where I am today, because these channels that I talked about, they wouldn't have existed. And so that is one of the biggest things that you learn as you become a creator in the long term, is the value and the impact that you have. And let me use another example, okay? And I'm not saying like if you're not a creator, that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying if you're thinking about becoming a creator or just creating, just do it. And so let me give you a real world example of what you're doing, why it's valuable. Okay, so say for example, right now, I'm teaching you something on this video, right? Like say for example, I'm teaching you how to edit a video. You've never done video editing, right? So I could go to somebody or even teach a classroom, right? Maybe I'll teach like 10, 40 people. I've done that before. I've taught a classroom of 40 people, right? 40, 50 people. So that's awesome that you're able to impact that one person, two people, or 40, 50 people, right? But what happens after that? Well, your impact, it's basically done there. And even though they might go teach other people in the future, your time was actually done teaching there. Your impact was pretty much done there in the time that you spent. Otherwise, you would have to go back to those people to continually teach them and help them. But here's the power of YouTube and other things on the internet as a creator. I create this one video and somebody around the world is watching this. Never done video editing, never done YouTube, never been a creator. But because I created this video, which might be seen years from now, I'm helping somebody learn how to do this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all around the world. And I'm helping potentially hundreds, thousands, and hopefully millions or billions of people in the future. That is the power of a content creator. And if you think about it from a business point of view, we talk about scalability. If you go to your job, your scalability is only measured by how much time you can spend. So most people would spend 8, 9 hours at their job. And when they're done with their job, they're not paid anymore, right? But as a content creator, the value for your time is practically unlimited. The scalability is unlimited, because for that 1 hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes of your time that you took to create this video, it expanded exponentially, like unlimited amounts of hours that could be used to help people. So that is another reason why being a creator is so powerful. And from a business point of view, in my opinion, there's nothing more scalable, in my humble opinion, than to be a content creator. So if you want to measure that in like real life terms, outside the internet, think about the books that you read. These people were content creators. Books that have been around for thousands, hundreds of years, people are still reading today, right? And so just think about it that way. The impact is crazy. And then from a business point of view, we are in the creator economy. So that's where the whole world is heading. And so for the money business aspect, that's where we're heading. And so it's better if you start early than, to start late, because it's going to be a lot more challenging at that point. Let me see. So Crypto said, most of my channels in my net use little to no sound effects, but I believe it really helps to bring the story to life. Yeah, Crypto, it's great that, as creators, we're able to be creative. We get to try different things. Reaping what you sow, filming by myself slows my progress in the garden, but I never thought that I would be enjoying content creation so much. Yeah, absolutely, reaping what you sow. I feel the same way. I never thought, number one, I would do something like this, and number two, that I would actually enjoy. I actually love this stuff. I'm actually obsessed with creating content. And it's not just here on YouTube. I love YouTube, but once you learn how to create in one medium, you kind of like are creative everywhere else. Like I've done blogging. I've tried the whole audio thing, and you just keep stacking up your skills, and as a creator, you expand to so many things. I've had books, so it's kind of crazy where it takes you. And I've never thought of myself as a creative person, and I don't think anybody in the past has thought of me as a creative person, but here I am. So all it takes is for you to create that first piece of content. Yes, it can be very rewarding. I do the channel I do as I don't own a camera. Yep. Can't use my phone camera as I don't have enough memory space. Oh, I know what you mean, Cryptid. Yep. That I didn't want my mugshot out there. Yep. So Emma said, I'm learning so much about making videos. Yep. Yeah, yeah, it just takes that one time, Emma, and meeting the right people, on YouTube, the right channels that are basically complementary to what you like, and stuff like that. Frank is, let me see, Crypto say, give VSDC a try. It's a powerful bit of software, but it's easy to learn. Yeah, I've heard that, Crypto and there's a lot of great tools out there for creators, but at least for me, I try to just focus on a few, because there's so many out there, and it's hard for you to get good at something if you're doing too many things. Okay, so that's just my personal opinion. So that's why on my channel you see me do tutorials on the same tools, or the same group of tools over and over, is because I actually want to get really good at it, and it takes time. And especially when you have something complex like DaVinci Resolve, that one tool itself, I could probably create thousands of videos as I'm learning. Let me see. So I'll keep that in mind. Okay, so Cryptic say no problem. There are lots of tutorials out there too. Yep, lots of. I started using OpenShot for the first 6 months that my channel was running. I changed to VSC and love it. Awesome. Emma says, funny, I started getting my tutorials from Geek. LOL. Yeah, thanks, Emma. If you try to get stuck, feel free to hit me up. Always happy to help. Awesome, you are so kind. Yeah, I got a few OpenShot tutorials. Yeah, awesome. I am pleased. Absolutely. And this is another thing that you'll learn as a creator. Because some people, as you've seen with all these channels, right? There's a lot of channels in that category, in those niches. Like I'm not the first channel to do tutorials. There's billions of them out there, right? And so for some people, they might be very anxious or worried that it's too saturated. And you know what? You probably heard this before. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Okay, so there's always going to be saturation at some point. You might be lucky, or some random thing in the universe got you to do something that nobody's ever done before, but that's not reality. The reality is normally there's going to already be people doing the things that you want to do. So the good thing about that is you can learn from them. So you don't have to start from the zero where nobody knows anything. So a lot of us, we like these channels that I'm showing you here because they've already done what you want to do. And I think they're the best teachers in the world, and I feel like, because of YouTube and all these other creators, I've been able to level up in so many areas. And once again, it goes back to impact, having an impact on people that I would never have expected, and continue to impact people because these videos are automatic. I don't have to go back and create the same videos because I've already created them. So Reaping What You Geek has the best shotgun tours I've ever seen. Thank you, Reaping What You Saw. I really appreciate that. And as with all of us, as we are getting better, this is what's awesome about these creators that you're seeing, and us being as creators, is that you could see your progress. You could see your progress month over month, year over year, and then when you get to the point, like that you feel you're successful, that you're contributing, you're adding value, and at the same time you're getting rewarded for it, it just makes that awesome. And at the same time, you could go back and look into history to see your own journey and progress. So that's why on my channel, if you go to my playlist, I have a YouTube journey, and I named it Journey because it is a journey. And for me, I want to do this, for a lifetime. I want to be a creator for life, this whole creative lifestyle. Who knows what we're going to be doing in the future? But one thing that isn't going to change is creative people. Okay, the medium might change, but the whole idea, the concepts, the foundations, the impact, it's not going to change. It's a human thing. And so I love that. All right. And so let me see how long we've been running. I don't know how long this video has been running. Probably a long time, probably an hour now. Let me see. So this video has been running for about, over an hour now. Okay, so normally I end these off in an hour, but I've just had really a great time with all of you being here talking about this and just sharing the channels that I thoroughly enjoy watching. Okay, so Reading What So, did your family think you're crazy when you started? Mine did, and some still do. Reaping What You Sow, they don't understand it, okay? Yeah, they do think you're crazy or you're weird, and I think a lot of us get that. And I think for most creators out there, at least right now, there's not a lot of people around their circle or that they know that are successful as creators. Okay, like there's not a single person that I knew back then or even around me right now that is a successful creator. So that's why people will think you're weird, think you're crazy. It's because they themselves have not ever done this and they themselves have not had success in it. However, if you're around people who already is doing and has success in what you want to do, in this case, becoming a YouTube creator, they won't think you're crazy. They won't think you're weird and they won't make fun of you because they've done it. And so that's why I feel that it's important as creators that we share our journeys, you know, from beginning and when we have our success, and then as we continually improve, because then you have a community group of people. That's why I love having creators here, because we understand each other. You know, we can share our successes, what we learn. Because if you try to do that with other people who have not done this, it's hard, and most of the times you just it's frustrating. Let's just say that, you know, and sometimes or a lot of times you feel like you're not getting any support. Okay, so I absolutely understand you reaping what you sow, and I think everybody here as a creator would understand that as well. So hey Geek, I have a question. Over the last weeks, I've lost around 800 watch hours. Any idea why? I don't know, Cryptic Loose. What I really recommend is you look at your analytics. Okay, and you might notice, you know, as a creator, but let me tell you what YouTube really likes, or what they want, what the algorithm wants. Okay, you probably already know this, but there's two things that YouTube wants: click-through rate and watch time. Most importantly, watch time. And these two things come from the word of digital marketing. So if you watch any of my digital marketing videos, I might show you this later, but these are all things from the digital marketing world. We have impressions, click-through rate, conversion rates. There's a lot of stuff, and all of this is related to marketing, by the way. Okay, funnels. So if you go into your backend, you see a funnel. That's not a mistake. That's from the whole marketing world. And how does YouTube make its money from Google? And how does Google make its money from ads? All these platforms that you go to, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, they all have ads. They all have marketing. That's how they pay for these things. And so that's why when people are looking at analytics, they're seeing stuff like CTR, impressions, watch time. They don't see conversion rates yet, but they will later on, especially if you're doing e-commerce. Those are all from the marketing world. And so all you have to do is do Google search, see how much money Google, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon has Amazon ads. That's where they make their money, like billions upon billions of dollars. Okay. And so that's why marketing is so important, specifically digital marketing and sales. So that's why I do digital marketing. It's all related. So yeah, so I would look at that, Cryptic Loose, look at your analytics. And also, as you know, there's always new algorithm changes. It's constantly changing. So it's something that we can't control, but you just kind of have to adapt to it. But more and more, all of these platforms, okay, so whenever, like I said, you could go to my digital marketing playlist, you could kind of see what I do in terms of digital marketing, but it's all related to what content creators are doing, okay? It's all related because it all goes back to marketing. That's how they make their money, okay? And so all of these platforms, they're doing the same thing. TikTok, Facebook, we're not Facebook, it's called Meta now. All of them are doing the same thing. They want you to spend as much time on their platform as possible. And another thing that they're doing is, as you've probably seen this, they're really pushing hard their AI. And so that means that you're going to get more automated content, right? So if you go to TikTok, it's just a feed, you know, it just feeds you content. If you go to your YouTube, you know, you're logged in on your YouTube, it feeds you content. If you go to Meta, Instagram, it feeds you content, because what the algorithms do, and from the marketing world is really important, the algorithms learn all your behaviors so then they could predict what's going to keep you on the platform the longest. And so they do that because then me as a digital marketer, when I'm buying ads for businesses, we can show ads to the right people. And so if the AI works really well to keep you on the platform longer, we could show you more ads, which means that is a valuable return on investment for all the people buying ads from these digital platforms. So see how that works? So that's what most people don't know, you know? So that's how these creators get paid. You get paid from the marketing that's done, which leads to sales and business revenue for the business and people buying ads on these platforms. And the AI, it's all centered towards keeping the right people on their platforms and then showing them the right ads to convert. So that's a little background knowledge on how this whole business thing works. It's kind of crazy. And they have a lot of data. So they have a lot of data. Let's just say that. Frank in Tech says, thank you for all your advice and tips. No problem. For real, bro. Yep. Lewis, thanks. Thanks for coming back. Okay, so I think man, I really enjoyed talking to y'all today, but that's another thing, Emma. Physically, this is very difficult. Like people like Maverick, they do like 6-8 hour live streams. I have absolutely no idea how that's done. I mad respect. I feel like I'm about to pass out because my throat hurts. So that is another thing. So Emma, do you do anything also? Do you make any videos? So Cryptic Roos say AI is dangerous. Well, Cryptic Roos, unfortunately, AI and data is the most important thing. And without it, a lot of things wouldn't work. And it's been around even before technology, okay? So say, for example, before we had internet, right? How would they know, like you're flying a plane from one country to another? How would they know how much fuel to put in a plane? How would they know how much food to serve? How would they know how to get the most efficient route and directions? And how would they know what their customers' information is? They have to collect data, okay? And so all of those things are very important because it allows businesses to make the proper decisions. So that's why data is important, and that's what feeds into this AI. And it's not going anywhere because it's been around way before technology, and it will continue to be around. It's just that, depending upon, what your feelings are on it, if there's a platform or technology or business who you feel is not using your data in a very proper way or something you agree with, don't use their services. Like I myself, I use Meta or Facebook for their digital marketing, but I don't use social media platforms because I know what they do. Okay, so you make the choice on that. Definitely, AI can be dangerous. I agree with you, Crypto Roos. It can be dangerous. So it is a catch-22. Absolutely. Emma says, I don't know how to edit, but I'm learning a lot from the stream. I don't know. I want to make videos, but I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, Emma, just whenever you're ready. But I would say, Emma, because I think all of us have been there. Please, any of you creators could chime in. Here's the best way to learn how to edit. Turn on your camera. Turn your video around. Press record. That's it. That's your editing. And then upload it to YouTube. No editing required. And then you see what happens. That's it. That's how I think all of us got started. I had nothing. I didn't know anything about editing. I used Windows Movie Maker, but if you go back to my original Geek Outdoors video, okay, which was back in 2015, because I did videos before that. I didn't do editing. I just recorded on my phone, and then I uploaded it, But I might be wrong with that. I did do some editing, okay? But my first videos, the first ones I tried, it was just basically record and upload, okay? So definitely, once you do that first one, Emma, the rest will be a lot easier. So this is the longest I've stayed on stream. Thank you. I just want to appreciate all of you for staying here on the stream. I didn't think anybody really would watch this stream because I'm just talking about the channels that I like, but I'm really surprised. This is probably the longest stream that we've had in a while. Let me see. Lewis, I enjoy drawing and baking, although I'm not good at either of them. Oh, drawing and baking. Wow, Emma, there's like a lot of YouTube channels for that. It's awesome. Yeah, even Elon Musk is forewarning us about it, yet he also uses it in a big way. Absolutely, Cryptic Roos. Yeah, and Cryptic Roos, Elon Musk, if you've ever been in a Tesla, it collects all types of data. It collects everything that your car is doing, tons of data. But also, Elon Musk is a heavy contributor, funder of OpenAI. Okay, look that up. So all of these companies, businesses are all heavily invested in AI. and the stuff that they're going to do is absolutely insane. So let me give you an example. Okay, I used to work for Motorola a long time ago. Okay, and this was like 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago. And at that time, I wasn't an engineer, but I worked in the engineer factory. I was part of the mobile phones division, and we saw some schematics. This is 10 years ago, okay? We saw some diagrams that Motorola had clothing and you talking into your clothes. And guess what? We have that now. We have our watches that we talk into. And so the next step, the next progression is very thin clothes that has electronics in them, you know, and you've seen this in sci-fi movies, but it's they've already developed, or they've already had plans, or already done this future stuff a long time ago. So and it's gonna get even crazier. Let me see. Let me see. Hey, Lumar Lee. Oh, thanks for joining. Oh man, Lumar Lee, been one of my longest supporters. He is, I would say, an extremely talented, gifted person. His mastery of words is, I don't even know how to explain it. Thank you, Lumar Lee, for being here. So Lumar is saying data in 1969 when I worked for Jack's Roast Beef. Holy, whoa, that's crazy. We had to enter sales per hour using a pen and paper. Wow. Wow. So back then, data, you actually had mainframe, big box-sized computers. It would take up a whole room. So I guess back then, Lumar, it was data punching cards, right? That is crazy. Cricket roost indeed. Okay, no, I don't. Okay, I recorded on my phone and uploaded to Facebook. I see. Yeah. Okay, so I really do appreciate all of you being here. I'm actually running out of breath in my throat. Yeah, it's really starting to affect me. So even though I really do want to continue having the discussion, I don't think my throat can handle this anymore. And so first and foremost, as always, thank you for everyone being here on the live stream. I want to give a big shout out to all the creators who are on this channel. And so if any of you are watching this later, you know, go check out their channels. You know, it's really great to see other creators in all different categories, niches, experiences. It's awesome to do that. And then the second thing is, I want to thank the people here. You know, well, I won't be able to mention everybody's name, but everybody here, from new time supporters to long time supporters, I can't thank you enough. Okay, Lumar. Okay, goodbye, Geek. Yep. Actually, all right, 11. But okay, so thank you so much for all of you who have joined the chat, added your ideas, and really improved this this overall live stream, and just added a lot of value. And then for any of you who are watching this later on, thank you so much. And we'll see you on another video.